Yes, Linda, it's been forever. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to finally be back. Hi, hello. My name is Sugar, and you can call me Sugar.
So for today's video, you guys, it's gonna be a long one. It's a vibe. Grab you a drink, get comfy. But today I pulled my Krylix from Mystic Krylix Co. for you guys to show you that you can get a dip powder mani at home using your Krylix that you've either bought in or that you have won using the gel method with gel base and the pop-off method for today's video. So these are the gel-based coats that we will be using today. We have Born Pretty, Model 1s, Madam Glam, and Nail Reserve. I wanted to show you guys that you can use any gel base for this process. Now, you also use dip powder liquids as well. However, I myself am a sensitive girly and cannot use them. So I only do dip powder with base gel. And we'll be using my acrylic powders. They are versatile and they are 2-in-1. You can use them both with acrylic and with dip powder, which makes them great. I'm also going to be using my clear as well. And I have my nails prepped and ready to go. And I also have my cupcake liners.
Because dip powder forever.
Yes, Linda, it's been forever.
I'm going to do my pop-off method. I'm going to show you how I do it, my top coat method. Okay, OGM Pro Light for my nails. I do have my nail art plate here. As you can see, these are available. I think I have a few left on the website. I also have my alcohol, because you'll definitely need this. I have an orange wood stick that you can use for around the nails if you prefer, but I typically use my rhinestone picker end like this around the edges in case you get any on your skin, and it really does help a lot. I have a brush to clean up anything that I need for my alcohol, and then I have this guy, DIY Nail Girly. So I do everything at my own risk, as you should too. Do your research, look into things, and make sure you guys are, doing everything safely as possible. Hope that this helps you guys at home.
I'm excited. Let's do this.
Step by step on how I literally do everything. The way that I do it, you can do it your own way. It doesn't matter. Every way is great, and whatever works for me may not work for y'all. So just remember that, okay? I like to do for my base layer is use my Madam Glam Soak Off No Wipe Top Coat. This is what I use for everything. I'm not going to prep nothing, okay? I've said this time and time again, you guys, but I do not prep anything at all on my nails. As you see, my nails are shiny. I'm not doing anything to them. Now, here's the tip though. If you want them to stay a little bit longer and you don't want them to pop off like super fast or while you're filing or anything like that, take a buffer, not a nail file, okay? Not a nail file. We don't want to take layers off the top of our nail. We want to keep them as nice, as crispy as we possibly can. Now, everyone says to use a file and buff and, file that down, but essentially you're filing that top layer down. I don't do that. That's just me. Y'all can do that, okay? But I'm not going to do that. You can take a nice buffer that is like a medium type grit, and you can go over your nails really lightly, and this just buffs the shine and lightly. You guys, you don't want to make no edges in your nails, okay? If you want to use a buffer, okay, you just do it like that and you'll be able to keep it on for a couple days. No bonder, no nothing, no prep. I tend to get infections a lot if I mess with my cuticles and cut them all the way down, like you see a lot of these other girlies do. But that is your protective layer for your cuticles, you guys. That is to help prevent anything getting up inside of your nail bed. Okay, I know it looks so much cleaner and whatever. However, I like to keep my nails nice, okay? in all that. Your alcohol and lint-free wipe. Clean off your nails, get the oils out if that's what you so choose to do. Straightforward, very simple. What we're going to do is we're going to do a base layer. Take your brush, and you want thin layers, you guys, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to push it up, not all the way up to the cuticle, and then we're going to pull the rest of that down. And then I'm going to take that, pull it down, and then take the excess off again. And I want to do this and make sure I get all the way around the side of my nails. Base layer to protect your entire nail. Now, I did get it on my skin a little bit, so just please be careful. We have it. There's our base layer. So you're going to do this for the entire time. Depending on certain top coats, you can get a heat spike. The best thing to do is to put your hand in front of the lamp like this, in front of it. It'll cure that like top layer, won't let it get anywhere. This is not inside of your lamp. This is in front of it where the light is still penetrating that gel. Okay, so it's not going to heat spike. So then when you go to put your hand fully into the lamp, it's already halfway cured, so it's not going to, burn, or you aren't going to have any heat spikes. And even sometimes you still can't, depending on what the gel is and how thick your layers are. So I know that this video is a little bit different than what I typically do, but hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully you get a lot of, good out of this video. So either add 2 layers, it's totally up to you, but you don't want your full cover tips to be too bulky, and you want them to still fit. So if you add 2 layers, depending on the size of the nail tip and all of that, it may not fit as well as it did when you first did it. So that's just a little extra tip. It's full cover, so I don't need to really focus on, you know, taking the buffer and buffing these. I don't need to do that because gel sticks to gel, guys. Take our nail tip here and take our top coat, go about up to where I think my nail bed is, well, the free edge of my nail. Take it like this, and I'm just gonna go boop, 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 like that. That's what I do. Alright, we got our nail. Turn on our light. I'll hold it up above the light first. 45-degree angle, right at the cuticle. Make sure she's straight. Push up. As you can see, I have a little spillage. And you want to make sure you get it all the way to the free edge, you guys. Alright, we're just going to flash through that real quick and then move on. One side only has product, so we're just going to go like this. So there's not too much inside there, but enough. And I'm going to spread it up myself, so there's not so much down here at the cuticle. Just make sure. Alright, now we're going to go 45-degree angle and we're going to push. Ta-da! You want to get it off of your skin. If it slightly comes off to the edge, like right here, I had just a little bit on my skin right there. Take and make sure you push it off of your skin. We do not want that on our skin. The best thing that you can do is cut down your nails so you don't have so far to go with and have to put as much gel in there so you have all that seeping out. And so like you see me here, I'm just going to brush like this. Take that excess that's already on the brush, no extra. And I'm just going to move it up the nail with the tip of my brush.
Oh my lantern! I'm so excited to be back doing videos, you guys. Oh my god. Ta-da! And I don't have any spillage.
Keeping that down, nothing will come out the sides or the top, and then you don't have to worry about it. Same thing. Okay. And then walk it up. We're going to keep it right at the cuticle area. Push down. So I could show you guys something. And I moved it a little bit. If you guys seen, I did move it. So we had some that come out, right? Now that it's on my nail, see the hole? So we have a air bubble here and we have one at the top here. You don't want that. It's okay because they're coming off. But I just wanted to show you guys that because that's something that happens a lot. Typically you can just pull that excess off your skin as well as the nail bed, okay? And it'll come right off.
Please make sure you all wear gloves, okay?
So here we go. Push up. And I just lost it. See that? If you have to hold it a certain way, that is fine too. Easy fix. Take it right off and put it right back on. And just make sure you're pushing down with enough force that it doesn't create any bubbles or anything like that inside. Alrighty, there they are, guys. Ta-da! Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. And, you know, you can also become a member. Check out my website and, you know, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this video and if you like this type of video. Now that we have these on, you can buff the tips so they're not shiny, or you can, you know, file up the edges if you want. I'm not really going to worry about it because these are pretty nice. They're pretty. I typically do the pour over method, okay? So I don't dip my fingers inside the powder at all. I absolutely hate it. I do not like it one bit. And that's just the way it is for me. However, you can do that if you want, but just remember, a reminder and a tip, if you're going in with your base and you're dipping it inside of your powder, thin coats is best. You want your fluffy brush, any type of fluffy brush that you may have.
And I forgot it. You guys know I always forget something in this type here video, so give me 1 sec and let me get my brush.
I'm going to show you the different types of brushes. Use any type of brush that you want. I use this to dust my nails off when I am filing because it's a bigger brush and it covers a lot of surface area. But the brushes are not so dense. They're loosely packed in there, okay, which is not a bad thing at all. You can use that by any means. I don't use it for when I'm doing dip powder. Now, if you look at these, the shorter they are, the more dense they are. This one for glitters or any types of pigment that I'm using because it is so thin. So if you see this right here, it's very thin. It's not thick, so you can see the difference here. See how much more thickness there is inside that, especially if you're using any type of glitter dip powder. And this one's not as dense as this one, as it's longer, so the bristles, but it's denser than this one, okay? So I want to show you all different sizes of brushes that you can use, but I typically use a more dense brush because it gets a lot into those nitty-gritty grooves, if that makes sense. These right here are the best brushes to use for an ombre, vertical, horizontal, however you want to do it, and also like a fade, stuff like that. These brushes are the best when using dip powder to get that cool little transition. I have my little cupcake liners and glitters. Cupcake liners are the best, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. Now, like I said, I'm going to be using the top coat on my thumb. I'm going to be using the Madam Glam base coat on my pointer. We're going to be using Nail Reserve in my middle finger. We're going to use Model 1s on this finger here. And then we're going to use the Born Pretty base coat on my pinky nail.
And FYI, they're all going to work the same, guys. But nevertheless,
if you're using full cover tips, you don't have to worry about adding a base layer of clear onto your nails, especially if you're using glitter and super heavily pigmented. You already have a base layer on there, so nothing's going to touch your nails, so you don't have to do it at all. If you're using half cover tips, you can choose to put a clear on, so you can just file all the way down to that clear and still keep your tips on if you would like to, but you guys don't have to, because we already have a base layer on your natural nail to prevent and protect anything getting on your natural nail. Okay, I've heard people say, oh, but you have to put a thing of clear on, you know, whatever. Well, that defeats the purpose of your base layer, you guys. It defeats the purpose of your base layer. However, you can do it if you so choose.
Shake these puppies up, because you really want to shake and stir any pigmented or glitters or glow or anything like that. Shake and stir. Shake and stir. Shake and stir.
So I figured I'd give you guys a variety of colors. And the first thing before you do anything with your dip powder nails, it's not going to be your nails. Get all of your products in line first, and then start doing everything. That way you know what you have, what you're doing, where you're going with it, all that kind of thing. So this whole video is nothing but tips, tricks, and little bits of info, pieces that I learned over the years. So I'm just praying to God that it helps. So we're going to start with this guy. So we're going to use the Madam Glam base coat. Okay. Gel, I feel like is easy, but dip powder liquids dry on their own, and so it's probably faster. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down below. What type do you do? Do you do gel? Do you just do the dip powder liquids, or do you do both of them? Or does it not matter? Let me know in the comments below. Pigment first. So we're going to do the blue on this one. And I don't have a name for this. I just made this color. So this is a highly pigmented, super beautiful shimmer.
And it's hard to see on camera, but it's so pretty.
I'm not worried about an apex, you guys. I'm not going to be super technical with this at all. Because I'm just going to add this base coat on here. And very thin. Take as much of that excess off as possible, you guys. You want thin layers. Now when we're going up to this cuticle area, I'm not going to go all the way up to the cuticle. I'm going to go right before the cuticle. Anywhere that the gel falls, that is, however, where all of your powder is going to stick to. Why you don't want to get it all over either. Do one finger at a time all the way through. All steps all the way through till they're all done, because once you start with this one, if you're new or if you're kind of new, you can learn along the way of each one that you do, right? So this one that I'm going to do, if I don't like something or I need another coat or anything like that, we're going to note that, and then we can make sure we do that on this one, so each one's going to get better. So I personally don't suggest doing your whole hand all at once. I feel like with gel, it's kind of impossible not to get it all over just because gel spreads. So I do one finger at a time. And it's not super fast, but you know what? Hey, it works, right? At least for me. First layer is going to be our base layer. And that base layer is just going to give us structure, okay? So when you're dealing with a glitter, this is going to be a little bit different. But for right now, we're just going to pour this on. And we're going to make sure we get every single area of our nail, okay? And we're going to allow that base coat to soak up all of this powder, okay? So we're going to get the edges, because you want to make sure you get your edges too, you guys. If you don't get your edges, you're going to have kind of like a space, I guess, and just look at it from each angle. And what I do is I like to watch it kind of soak in. And if you see any wet spots still, I'm going to add more powder. All right. Okay, we're going to bounce that off like so. All right, that is what she looks like, that spot. It's a base layer, so we're going to cover it. But you want to make sure you get a really nice opaque powder, because that way you don't have to do it so many times. Okay, I do 3 passes with my chunky glitter, but with this one, we're only going to do 2. And we're just going to make sure we get that off of our sides. We go around that, we're going to go around this here. And it's going to fall within this area, but we're going to make sure we get it out. All the way around like so. Take one of your brushes. In particular, I usually use this one, and I'm going to get this. Don't do that now. But I usually take and clean off my skin, because I don't quite like to have that on my skin in the light. So we're going to cure. And we're going to cure for a full 60 seconds each time. Now, I know people say 30. I do 60 because I'm a sensitive girly, and I just have to make sure that it is fully cured. Our powder, nothing gets on our desk. It's all in here, and it goes right back into our jar. So that's one of the great things about that. Now we're going to take our little dense brush we got, and we're just going to brush that excess off there. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. You have dedicated gels for your base coat, your top coat, everything, okay? So you want it, because you don't want to get none of this powder, because it will come off into your base coat. And I'm just going to lightly go over it. And I'm letting that soak into the nail. A perfect dip powder manicure in no time. It's going to look beautiful. So make sure you're getting all the way around this top part, because it's going to get thicker because we're building that up. Make sure you take that off before you put any powder on it. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take that, and this is just to make sure that my edges aren't super bumpy. You want to still go around that outside. Did you see that excess I'm taking off? You do not want to have that on the outside and stuck all over your skin.
Look at that nail, you guys. Look at that. Now,
On the side, if you want to do another layer, you totally can. We are going to be capping this, so that's up to you if you want to do another layer or not.
beautiful holographic. It's called Milky Way, and it is beautiful.
So we're going to use the Nail Reserve base. We're going to do the same thing. There we go. We're going to pour just like we did before. Now this one is a clear base, you guys. So this is going to be a great, beautiful base for any type of, you know, really cool designs you guys may want to do. Super beautiful.
Alright, once you get, oh, well, don't do that. Oh my god, what an idiot. See, I'm not perfect. Okay, that's not the one I want either. Oh god. Because, you know, this stays wet until you cure it in a lamp, guys. So that's just awesome. Now, I don't know if this is going to stick back on here or not. But it's the bottom layer, so.
I can't believe I did that. What a doo-doo head. Alright, cure.
God, that's a pretty color. Or, oh my god, the glitter's not sticking right now. It's fine.
This in here. We want that glitter payoff. So you see how it's coming. When you shake this, see how you can get little spurts of your glitter coming up to the top. This is how you can get really cool designs with your glitter as well. See all that? Get it in the middle. We're going to take our nail, go to the biggest spot. We're going to lay it right down into that. But don't go all the way down to the bottom because you don't want to mess up your nail. Look at that glitter. And then you're just going to kind of keep putting your hand where that glitter is. So we get that nice, super beautiful galaxy glitter payoff. That glitter wasn't on there before we did that. One of the reasons why I love the base coat method, because it just gives you a lot of time to play. See, with this nail, look at where all the glitter is. Now before, you could see right through my nail, as you can see, right? But now we have all that beautiful glitter. With this white one, you can leave it like that, or you could do another layer, okay? But just remember, you're also going to put clear on these, so just know that your clear is adding another base layer. Next up, we're going to be using the purple from the Sparkle Me Crazy Summer Collection.
I know, it's a little crooked, okay? Just don't pay no mind to my crookedness.
I'm going to drag all of my big glitters and the other glitters I want right up into the middle here. You see that? This is the best way to get that glitter payoff for your second and third layer, if you're going to do a third layer. But even then, so we're going to shake it to the middle, because our nail is not super long, but kind of long. Just like we did before. But this time, we want it where all that glitter is. See all that glitter right there? That's that beautiful glitter. So we want it dead smack in the middle of our nail. So we're just going to set it down on there just for a minute. What that's doing is pushing that into your base coat.
Look at that. Whoa, buddy.
Maneuver these big guys. If they're sticking up enough, you can maneuver them. So we'll put this guy right there. Make sure these guys are all well pushed into that base coat. So I'm just going to leave it at that, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my sides, clean the bottom here, and I'm going to push the sides in, as well as that tip, guys. Okay, so it helps round that tip out. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to gently push all of this into that base coat, including all those big glitters. Like so. And dust her off. Some will come off, you guys, when you have that excess on there. It's no big deal. No big deal.
I love this color. You guys are sleeping on this color, I'm telling you. It's absolutely darling.
More in one spot than the other over here. It's not a big deal because you can hand place them. Next up is our Born Pretty base gel. And this one is the Mega Glitter. So this is the chunky glitter. Okay? Same thing as we did the last time. So this is a chunky glitter. Like I said, it's your base layer. So don't worry about the glitter. But this is where you can really get creative, especially on your third layer. You can get really creative with your glitters, guys. There she is. She's coated very well outside. Alright. We have our nice strength and base layer on.
Go ahead and you can see all these big chunky glitters coming up to the top here. That is what we definitely want.
You kind of want them in a line, honestly. So they kind of go spread across, you know, the whole length of the nail. With chunky glitters, you're going to want a good layer on there. Also depends on what glitters are inside of your dip powder as well. So just keep that in mind. This time we're going to go right in this line so we get the full length of the nail. And we're just going to set it down in there and move it from side to side. Look at all that glitter that gets pushed up in there. I'm going to push this guy up here, and you don't want a bunch along your cuticle area. So we're just going to push these babies up. And we're just going to maneuver them around. Now, like I said, you can either make them fall off or move them to wherever you want them.
It goes a lot easier when you're not filming. Just so y'all know.
Alright, so that is the first layer. And if you want to keep it like that, you can. And if you want to keep it like this, where it's still clear in the background, you can do the same thing. Okay? Add a little bit here. As you can see, just that second pass, there's a lot of glitter on there already. Right? So we, like, look at this.
So we're finally back. Okay, my phone just did a SD card at school. And I was like, so I had to wipe all this off.
There is that.
Alright, y'all. So we are back, and I have just a little bit of something to tell you while we put our little top coat on. This is what they're looking like. Do I like them? I don't like this one. I think it's weird looking, but that's nonetheless. But guess what, guys?
A day or two later, yeah. So this one fell off, and this one fell off before I could actually get to the top coat. So yeah, I've been super busy with school and volleyball and all this stuff, and I'm trying to get, you know. So what I did was, I mean, I'm just being honest here. I don't have to tell you this, but so I put this one and this one on with those little sticky tabs, you know what I'm saying? Because I ended up breaking out, and this is one of the reasons why I stopped doing dip powder. When I'm doing acrylic, it just depends on how much I get it all over me, and you know, most of the time I don't break out, and then other times I do break out. So it really just depends. And it's nothing crazy. You can't even tell. But I do have some like little like welts. Like I have one right here, and I don't know if you guys can see it or not. But I would say the main one was this finger here. This is what they look like. Now, I must say, I don't know where I went wrong, okay? I have no idea where I went wrong with how, like, the glitters did not show up. You see the top glitters on the top here, but, like, you can see them, right? And you can see where I patted in a bunch of them with my glove. Now, I don't remember how I did it before when I was clear capping. And I'm pretty sure I didn't clear cap with clear. I just did a, like, top coat, like 2 thick top coat layers. Because I remember now that I'm thinking about it, every time I use the clear to add that protective layer, the glitters would never come out. You know what I mean? And yes, you can see the glitters, right? But you can also see where it's kind of like, I don't even know, like this one here. I don't know what I did. And I know with my clear, you have to buff really well. You have to file and buff really well for it to really shine through, like how you see in when I do acrylic. So there's a huge difference here versus when I do acrylic, because my shit's awesome. But for this instance, my clear acrylic didn't do me any justice, and I'm not quite sure why I have that milkiness on there, if that makes sense, or the cloudiness or whatever. But that is what it's looking like. And that right there is like an extra, I don't even know what got on there, but yeah, like especially with this one. Yes, you can see the little glitters in there. You can see where I filed through it. But this right here, this little area at the end of this, was where a glitter was. I filed into too far and it went poop. But, you know, for the most part, yes. My stuff is 2-in-1 and you can use it. Now, my clear, on the other hand, it's very different. You know, for the sake of this video, I mean, I'm just being transparent with you. I hate this nail. It's so ugly, but it is what it is. It's for the sake of showing you guys that my powders do work 2-in-1, except for the clear just is not great in terms of dipping. I mean, I don't like my nails per se, but this is just like a demonstration video for you guys. When it comes to anybody who's trying to dip with my colors, you guys seen that you can dip with them, and they looked freaking awesome before I added that clear, you guys. Before I added my clear, they looked freaking awesome. The shimmers were just shimmering, and they were just so beautiful.
Okay, without further ado, let's jump into the pop-up method.
Hi. And we meet again. This time, this is Ella.
Hi, honey. So this is my little mitten paw. She's my baby. She's like, get out here, mom. Say, get out here, mom, huh? Get out here. Say hello. Say hello. Hi. Hi. How are you?
Anytime she's up my butt, though. Oh, here comes the other one. Hello. How's everybody doing?
Hi. Hello. How are you?
Hello. Okay, they're out of here. Gonna pop these babies off, and we're gonna do the same thing we did in the last video. We're gonna be using the tampon box, okay?
Yeah, it's not my greatest work, okay? But it was for demonstration purposes only, okay? Okay? I love my freaking powders. They're bomb, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're unique, and they're one of a kind, and you won't find them anywhere else.
Today is gonna be our lovely, beautiful cuticle oil, the pineapple one. So I'm excited for this.
We also have our little handy dandy brush and our little handy dandy tool. Alrighty, let's freaking use this. Oh my god, you guys, this smells so good.
We can just pop right off because we got the sticky tab on there. I have to show you, when this one broke, I smacked it and it freaking flung and took the bottom layer of my actual nail off right there on the outside and break that seal, you guys. Break the seal, and 9 times out of 10, right here in this corner, see, look at this. This is top coat here, and this extra top coat that's underneath here is what causes, if you go to try to rip it off real quick, that little bit of top coat is what causes it to rip the edge of your nail off. So you want to be super duper gentle. If you guys haven't seen the other video, go check out that video. I go into depth with that. So we're just going to slide this guy down. Make sure that you break the seal all the way down on both sides. I'm going to put pressure on there, look. So when I put the pressure down here on this bottom part of my nail, it just always pops off. So I didn't even need water for that one. So that's great. So same as you have seen, it takes the whole thing up and pops it right off your nail, and it lifts it up off your nail bed because your nail bed is soaking up that water, you know, from being underneath the water. So as we know, nail beds are porous, right? So that water gets in there regardless.
So same thing with this one. We're gonna just lightly go. Oop, look at that! Look at that! Woohoo!
I love this pop-off method. I've been doing it, and I do it with acrylic, and it's the one thing that I have found that works well with acrylic, and I just love it. Same. Break that seal. And you see, don't try to overlift it or just go around. Let's break the seal. Ta-da! And then we have our the little bits of top coat, but ta-da, guys! And then let's get that excess top coat out from underneath the nail. I'm gonna clean. And I'm actually cleaning with the dial disinfecting now. Looky, so pretty. Now we're gonna dry the hands and then rehydrate, y'all. Alright, y'all, who has stayed till this point here? But you gotta make sure that you stay until the very, very end. I don't think you're gonna get it, but I am definitely watching to see who pays attention. So let's freaking do this, shall we? That is my pop-off method. We did from start to finish. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments down below. All right, guys, here we are at the end. I have a riddle for you guys, and you have to make sure you think outside the box. Outside the box. Remember that. Outside of the box. But whoever gets it right, I am definitely going to be sending something cool out. So here we go. There are 30 cows in a field. There are 28 chickens. How many did not? See you later. Bye.